Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. I haven't really discussed Cogstate in any of my videos just yet, but this company is looking interesting. I have followed Cogstate for about 8 years, and this company has grown during that period. We'll look at the cash receipts history. So I'm talking about growth in regards to cash receipts, revenue, and also the share price and valuation of this company has grown quite considerably over the past few years. In fact, the market cap of this company is above $300 million. And I think one of the reasons why this market cap of this company has grown is simply because the market is a little bit more aware of this company. I've heard Cogstate being mentioned in a few podcasts and a few videos I do watch. So I thought, since I really haven't done a video on this company, now is a good time to introduce this company onto this channel, simply because they did release a pretty good Appendix 4C for the March quarter. What does Cogstate do? I have spent a little bit of time trying to wrap my head around exactly what Cogstate does provide. And they have mentioned three key vertical market segments on their website and in any of their presentations. And it's the clinical trials that I'm the most interested in. So it seems like what Cogstate do is they help other companies in their clinical trial process. So they just mentioned here that Cogstate provides the services and solutions to accelerate drug development decision making regarding the safety and efficacy of therapeutic candidates. And it does seem like they are more focused on brain clinical trials, so stuff to do with Alzheimer's and that sort of thing. They also have a healthcare and academic research segment, division, or vertical market segment, whatever you want to call it. But I'm more interested in that clinical trials segment. That's where it seems like they do derive most of their revenue. Cogstate has been around for a while. They were founded in 1999 and then listed on the ASX in February 2004. I first became aware of Cogstate in about 2012 or 13. So I have been following this company for about 10 years. I have never been a shareholder of this company. It's just like, I just like seeing how this company is progressing. That's why I keep on following it, even though I'm not a shareholder. Current CEO is Bradley O'Connor. He has a 2.5% stake in the company. And one of the largest shareholders is Australian Ethical Investments. They have a 12.5%. Probably the biggest negative thing I can find about Cogstate is just the valuation, $335 million. That's at a share price of $1.95. So the market is aware of this company, and they have pushed the valuation of this company probably to a point where I think it's a little bit too high for where this company is right now. So there's a lot of positive sentiment around this company's valuation. So this company does have to grow from here to justify this valuation. But everything else about this company I do like. And the ticker code for Cogstate is CGS. So let's have a look at their two most recent March quarter Appendix 4Cs. So we're going to go back 1 year and just see how this company has progressed over the past year. And then we'll have a look at the cash receipts history. And there is a few interesting things when we have a look at that. So if we go back 1 year ago, have a look at the March quarter financial year 21 Appendix 4C, $6.9 million of receipts, and they were not operational cash flow positive in this particular quarter. In fact, they were negative by $1.3 million. They don't spend a lot of money in investing and financing activities, so that cash burn in operations was all the cash burn they did receive in the whole business. In fact, cash on hand fell from 21.3 million to 20.2 million. So let's have a look at the most recent March quarter for the financial year 22, just to see how Cogstate have progressed over the past year. And it seems like things are progressing quite well for Cogstate. Not only did cash receipts climb or rise by $4.4 million from the March quarter 1 year ago, some of their costs actually did come down. Staff costs down $1 million, administration costs down $400,000. So even though cash receipts are growing, their spending is not growing at a quicker rate, which means it is beneficial to the bottom line. So the company has gone from being operational cash flow negative by over $1 million to being operational cash flow positive by over $3 million. And because this company is operational cash flow positive, their cash on hand has been growing. It's grown from just over $20 million 1 year ago to $27.6 million right now. And the growth in cash on hand is important. It gives management the flexibility to grow this company in the future. So what they do with the $27.6 million is highly important to me. Are they going to do some acquisitions or make some acquisitions, share buybacks, dividends, research and development? So that ultimate decision, what management do with $27.6 million, is of high importance. And that's why the management team, including the CEO, get paid the big bucks, because I think this is one of the most important decisions Cogstate management have to make. Now let's have a look at the cash receipts history for Cogstate. This goes back all the way to the June quarter 2013 when I started following this company. And probably one of the reasons I started following this company, because that first quarter, $8.1 million of receipts, and then it fell away, and we didn't see $8.1 million be exceeded until the March quarter 2016, so almost 3 years later. But you can see just a steady increase in receipts over the past 9 years. There is a bit of lumpiness here. You can see massive receipts, 1 quarter receipts in the December quarter 2016 and also the December quarter 2020, $22.3 million receipts. So that's one of the reasons why this company's receipts or cash on hand has grown over the past few years. The other thing to notice here is the last 4 quarters, receipts have been just about $10 million or over $10 million. So 12.3 million, 9.7, 10.7, and 11.3 million. So I think there's a good chance that receipts will stay above $10 million per quarter moving forward. And if they do, I think this company will remain operational cash flow positive. And that's potentially why the market is getting excited about this company. Now let's have a look at a couple of charts for Cogstate. The first chart here is the weekly chart going back to late 2014, just after I started following this company. The share price back then was as low as about 10 cents. Didn't quite get to 10 cents. We'll say 12.5 cents. There's a little bit of hype in this company in 2016. Share price rose from about 12.5 or 20 cents all the way to a high of $1.38. Then the hype fell away during 2017, 2018, 2019. Share price fell from $1.38 all the way back down to 12.5 cents. So it seems like 12.5 cents is a nice little floor on the share price. So if you ever see the share price get to 12.5 cents, which I doubt it will, that could be a good buy entry or good entry point anyway. But the share price has been on a bit of a tear since that low in the share price in June 2019, which has been or was 3 years ago. Share price has increased from 12.5 cents all the way to current share price of about $1.80 or something like that. Share price has been as high as about $2.70. Probably the other thing I've noticed over the past, say, 4 or 5 months has been a lot of volatility in the trading of this company, in the share price of this company. We have seen big down weeks and also some big up weeks as well. Now onto the daily chart, and this goes back to September 2020, and we did see the share price rise 50% on, I think it was sometime in June, about June the 4th or 5th or something like that. And the reason why the share price rose 51%, and that was a breakout in the share price, was based off an accelerated approval for the first ever disease-modifying Alzheimer's therapeutic. And the market really liked that. Some pretty good volume on that day. And the share price rose, as I mentioned, 50% from about 88 cents to about $1.40, and then just kept on climbing over the next about 4 or 5 months and reached a high of about $2.70 in like the first day of trading in January of this year. But you can just see a lot of volatility since then. Share price went from about $2.70 all the way back to about $1.60 over about a 3 or 4 week period, and then has recovered and then has fallen away recently simply because of negative sentiment in the overall market. So when you look at the daily chart, no real trend right now, particularly the short to medium trend. But when you look at the weekly chart, definitely a long-term uptrend in the share price. So as the share price does get towards $1.60, and if we do see a little bit more weakness, that could be a good entry point, because I think around $1.60 or just below $1.60 is a nice little support level for Cogstate. That's all I have for this Appendix 4C March quarter video for Cogstate. An interesting company. It's probably just the valuation of the company gives me pause. But Cogstate is growing. They are operational cash flow positive on the quarterly basis. More than likely, that's going to be on the yearly basis. If receipts stay above $10 million, I think there's a lot to like about this company. And if I see a significant decrease in the share price and valuation of the company, this company will be becoming even more attractive. If you know more about Cogstate and would like to leave your opinion, what you think about this company, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So leave in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.